if running behind on basically everything today. Yeah, I've been trying to take care of some other stuff like just before the stream, and it's not been going as quick as I had hoped it would be. But yeah, we're mostly on time to start with this. So yeah, let's go ahead and where's my thing? That's not the thing. There's the thing. It's not. I just keep screwing things up. I forgot to turn the menu off. Ah! Alright. Welcome on in, everybody, to this week's Wheel of Mystery Rando. After a lot of shenanigans with just like, you know, everything. Yeah, I'm kind of brain farting on a proper open here. But yeah, last week we actually had my choice as a thing on here. And one thing I probably do want to put in here at some point, actually, especially when I get more people kind of like regularly coming in at like the start of the stream, is have one that's or have an option here that's like a chat's choice kind of thing. Where, you know, I obviously have one for my choice. Would be kind of nice to have one for chat's choice as well, in case anybody's feeling for any particular kind of game, stuff like that. But in the meantime, we have what we have here are by standard. Actually, do I even have this up on my side right now? I don't think I do. Let me get that resolved real quick. That was stream. Yeah, there. Like I am disorganized today, and I apologize for that. I'm not normally like this bad with things. Why do I have to reauthorize this? Okay, there we go. Just go to dashboard, please. Wheel. Spin wheel. All right. Okay, now I got access to everything here. Why is the Control F thing up? Okay, so, but like I said, we're already kind of behind a little bit, so let's just go ahead and get to the speed. What we got today? We got, oh, that is ever so barely Timespinner. Okay, so let me go start getting that set up. Now I gotta remember where to find that. I think I have that within my stream stuff folder. Games, Timespinner, yeah, so I need to do this to get the tracker going. Then let's go ahead and switch over to the appropriate thing. Why is BRB active? BRB should not be active. Dude, okay. Also, I think that was about as good a time as it's going to be for me turning down the music. One of these days I will do the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest playthrough, I just don't know when it's going to be yet. But one of these days. So I'll get that window back up, and now back to here. Randomizer. Alright. Bye, Chucklefish. I think, can I play this in the background? I don't think I can. I don't. Oh, it doesn't even run in the background. Do here. Alright. We'll do this. I forget if there's any special options for us. I don't think there is. No. No, it's all just be within like the seed creation settings. Oh, you can do an archipelago multi-world now. Okay, that's kind of cool. So flags, progressive vertical. Actually, no, I'm fine with that beat. Well, I keep forgetting if I do like the progressive vertical movement on this rando. No, I like the idea of just getting the Celestial Sash just like out of nowhere. We'll go with that. I don't like progressive keycards, but I do like specific keycards. I know that much. Start with this one because I just like being able to go fast. Don't want that. This one I definitely want. That adds more checks and actually makes the library useful. Not interested in inverted. I mean, I kind of know what that's for now, but I'm not really interested in getting the gas mask because it's kind of arbitrary, in my view. Cantorin. I keep forgetting who Cantorin even is. Lore checks, yes. Tournament, no. Enter Sandman. Ancient Pyramid is unlocked by Twin Pyramid Key. Final boss door opens to the Vault 5 Timespinner. Oh, I think that's maybe like the final zone. Yeah, there's not really much of a point of that because you really can't go anywhere else. Sorry about that. Tried to mute, but didn't work. Dad percent. Win conditions beating the boss of Emperor's Tower. Nah, I like doing full seeds. Rising tides. Random areas are flooded or drained. I'll admit I'm curious about this mode, but not enough to actually like try it yet. Unchained keys? Wait. Oh, you basically unlock the teleporters as checks. I think I'll pass on that one. Trapped chests? Huh. Okay, so we'll not do those. Settings. Boss rando. Boss locations are shuffled. Do I want to try this? Random bosses inherit the stats of their location. I think for tonight, I want to do relatively standard randomizers. Randomly nerfs or debuffs or spells. Okay, so this one I basically have it set to where like every orb has an even chance of being good or bad, rather than just like an 1/8 chance of something being better than normal, and like a 5/8 chance of being worse. Don't think I really need... Oh yeah, keep this on. Because I like the healing after bosses. That is actually pretty nice. So not changing anything there. Shop random. Shop boss multiplier. Loophole random, yes. Sharp rate category random. That doesn't matter. Full random, yep. Not doing traps. Okay, that's just colors. I wish you could just pick these to like be properly random. But alas. Where's my regular stuff? There we go. Oh god, no. Yeah, it's not really gonna matter what the enemy drops are, so we'll just go with this. So we'll get a couple... Alright, we'll go with this. Normal mode. I don't remember there being a pumpkin of any kind. I'm curious now. Alright, let's go ahead and just get right into it. We'll also need to update the category. Timespinner. It's not technically retro, so I'm not going to use that tag. Actually, also... Whoa, apparently you can access the console menu. I didn't realize that. Also put Mystery Wheel in as the tag. I don't know if anybody really searches for that kind of thing, but you know, for the sake of completion. Okay, what are we starting with? Ooh, we get a plus weapon. I forget if this is a good one or not. I think it's just like the regular orb. Yeah, it just looks like the regular orb, basically. Ooh, we got a plus spell as well. Okay, they're not very flashy, but, you know, they'll work. Give all the cutscenes. More cutscenes. There we go. Now the game begins. I don't think Dark Flame works for... Actually, I need to be in the present for that, or the past for that to work. Traveler's Cloak, which, you know what, it actually gives us an attack even. We'll take that. Alright, so we got 11 attack to start, which should actually, like, annihilate these guys. Yeah. Ow. I always forget how tanky the plants are. Okay, that is a quest item, but quest items aren't actually, like, progression at all. And I'm kind of surprised there's not even an option for that. It would be kind of nice for them to actually have a purpose. Ancient coin. You know what, it gives us defense, we'll take it. Can't get in here yet, right? Yeah, I can't get in there yet. Can't get up there. I can't get up here, however. Booyah. Come on. Game. I'm doing the jump thing. There we go. Doing the jump thing like a jump king. Ooh. Okay, defense. We'll take it. We got a familiar, which, you know what? I'll take the healing. I don't remember how substantial it is, but we'll take it. Okay, so here... This is like the one thing that sucked with the Talaria attachment being, like, immediately given, is that you have to use it as progression. Max Aura, which doesn't immediately help. And it's also not, like, the worst trick to have to do either. It's just annoying. Lab glasses. You know what? Actually, that's a lot of attack power. Holy crap, we'll take that. I do like me my attack. Ow. Advisor? No. Yeah, +2 defense is not worth -7 attack. Ooh, money. Ah, come on. There's a save here. Yeah, not really an actual progression to be found yet, which is unfortunate. But we do have our first boss. Okay, kind of annihilated. Blood orb. It's a really awkward orb to use. Honestly, even if it was a plus, I don't know if I would even use that compared to like a standard strength orb. Because I also don't think it works against machines either. For, you know, obvious reasons. I still love how you can actually stand on top of those spikes, whereas in like any other game, standing on top of the spikes will still get you hurt. Not how I intend to do that, but it worked. Sunglasses, no. I know the sunglasses are not going to be worth it. Ah, damn. Yeah, it takes like a frame or two before the dash starts going in, so it's hard to really do like the dash jump on like a quick basis. Are there items here? There's an item here. Empire. Ooh, yes, please. Gimme. I think that's a familiar experience booster. Oh no, it's just a straight up luck, which I forget what luck even does in this game. Actually, no, I'm just gonna Google that, just because I don't actually know. Timespinner luck. Stats. Luck. May influence the drop rate of enemies or the quality of drops. Okay. So, not actually helpful to us, honestly. But you never know, so we'll just keep it on. There's... Save there. I don't think there's an item in here. I think it's just a teleporter. Oh, there is an item. Oh, why is it gotta be minus? Yeah, Shattered Orb is like one of my favorite orbs in this game, just because how many ticks per second it gives you for damage. Well, you suck. Actually, you should at least have the warp stones. No, you don't. Why do you not have warp stones? You're supposed to always have those. I have concerns. There are many. Oh, we can get all the items here from the things now. Okay, that doesn't actually do anything for us in the randomizer. It's basically a story item. I think it's like when you get at the very start of the game to actually let you initiate the first time travel thing. When you had plans with IV bag. Oh, okay, keycard A. Oh, we have, okay, so we do have our vertical movement, which is technically infinite, but still not a lot right now because we don't have a lot of MP. I love how I say that as I get a max order upgrade. Yeah, so we do have vertical movement. It just kind of sucks right now. The thing is, where do I even use that vertical movement? Little wristband, no. Okay, now we can access the teleporter, which should give us access to a singular random location. Oh. Very pick-me-up, so nothing there. I don't think we can get anything this way. Yeah, we need a keycard for that. So, let's go ahead and head to the teleporter, see where that brings us. Oh yeah, we can't go up there because we don't have the keycard for it. Yeah, I think that was like a C or D. So we get to go to the Caves of Banishment. I think this is right where like the mushroom or the poison stuff is, right? Yep, right here. Alright. Okay, kind of sucks against the slime still, so we're not going to bother. Wow, sucks against the bats too, kind of. Okay, strong against those guys, but unfortunately it does still trigger their poison spores. Ow. Why did I jump into that one? Galaxy Stone, I forget what that does. Wait, is that like a consumable? Extremely rare gemstone that looks like it contains a sea of stars. Maybe that's actually a quest item, because I never really looked into it that much while doing randomizers. Oh, there's keycard D. We can go back to the library now. That story triggered. Sure there's nobody here we can do anything with. Nope. I think it was a teleporter here. Just to get that unlocked. Oh wait. Okay, we already have those. And unfortunately, she doesn't actually like have any use in the randomizer, which is unfortunate. I wish you could still be able to like upgrade your orbs with her, because that's one of her functions are basically either to make new orbs and/or necklaces, or to strengthen them up. And I wish the latter was still a thing. Shield ring. Maybe. Someone's a shield to block project. Oh, okay. No, it's better than nothing, which is what we have otherwise, so we'll go with it. Bop. Ooh, that sounds like it might be cool. I'm gonna wait until I get my like jewelry box so I can get like different sets. I can actually win this for proper battle. We got a wyvern tail from a plant. What kind of plants they got in this world? Oh, that's not gonna work. Dodged him. I think this goes back to... Oh, no, it doesn't. Let's use this item. I was gonna say, I thought this led toward the Cave of Banishment, but apparently not. Yeah, I'm usually just so bad at maps in general. And this game is not an exception. We can't do anything underwater yet. The boss. Well, quote-unquote boss. That was actually weaker than I expected. I mean, that bird is technically stronger than... Well, it's supposed to be stronger than the other enemies you would see, but... Actually, I guess we can't really do much over here because we don't have water traversal. Actually, we do have light wall. We do have access to... We theoretically have access to this. If I was actually good at the game. There we go. So I don't think we have any fire available, do we? We have wind, blood, shattered, nether. I don't think dark flames counts. I think it's considered just like dark elements. Yeah, no. I tried. Ice orb, meh. Ooh, eternal. It's not worth it. Sand, yay. I mean, sand is kind of nice sometimes when you actually get access to using it, but it's really not all that helpful in the randomizer. Because that's supposed to be like your start of game move attack, that you can basically freeze enemies and make them into platforms. Okay, this is still just linked to items. A Economizer ring, meh. I kind of like my shield so far. It's more potential to be useful. Nothing to get down here. Neom. Another boss. Okay, that is completely sucky. Well, I suppose it's a minus as well. Shouldn't be surprised. Ah. There we go. Annihilated. Alas, we still can't burn those. Ooh, Star of Lachium. Okay. That is yeah, one of these, so... I love the Star of Lachium. Just more DPS is more better. Yeah, not really too much else we can do here in the meantime. Yeah, let's go back to the other teleporter to the east and start heading more east. Oh yeah, I can buy stuff from you. Do you have anything? Nope. I guess Jerky's not bad. It is one of the few bits of HP healing items you can get. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have yours, because I'm not at that part of the quest line. Take that. Ooh, that's a plus. Is it worth it though? Doesn't do as much damage, but it is kind of a ranged weapon. It also might do more damage based on its damage type as well. Oh, there's our first gear. Need 2 more of those. I forget if there's any more items here. There's a save. We can get to another set of items up here with Light Wall. So we'll go ahead and use that. Ow. There we go. Max Aura. And Hope Ring. Nope. Okay, neither of those are helpful. Come on. Bastard. Last pumpkin, no. I keep forgetting that actually even does anything. As far as I can tell, just doesn't really... I mean, unless it, like, lowers your sand usage. But even then, like I mentioned earlier, it's not particularly helpful in a randomizer. I would like it to be, but... it's just unfortunately not. So I could use light... Actually, I can just do this, take them out, and then I can use Light Wall to get up there. Actually, we'll grab down our way back out, because we're going to be lowering the front gate, or raising the front gate anyway. Like that. Royal Ring increases our recovery rate. It's not the worst thing, but you just have to have like a really good magic ability to make proper use of that. Ooh, double jump. Double jump. Oh, and we can actually stop time now. Nice. Okay, we schmoovin'. We are schmoovin' to the groovin'. Can I... Oh, I can't even grab onto that. Damn. No, you know what? We can do this. This way we don't have to reload the area. Ow. Can't quite get up there. There's nothing actually to get up here from those guys. Just from here. Radiant Orb? No. Nothing. Actually, there's progression there and then a save here. Okay. Drumstick. How did the first hit miss? I have questions. And they are many. Great, pick me up. Okay. You get a cooler looking Linnaeus. Okay, yeah, you are not worth fighting with this kind of weapon. Just period. Likewise. Not where I intended to go with that movement, but it worked. And then that's where we come out of. Or is this somewhere else? This is somewhere else, okay. Those are gas masks that we don't actually really need. Maybe one day I'll turn on the requires gas mask for usage, although I think it's really just like the one boss that needs it. It's not even like an area requirement. Whew. We kind of already have enough money, so I really shouldn't be farming for this, but... Not enough to one-hit those guys, but a two-hit is yes. Oh, become even better, Linnaeus. Well, I think we might have already had like the super version of her appearance. Now I think about it. Colossal Blade. We do got the ads coming up in a short moment as a heads up. Come on. Why did I feel like it took more hits? Wrong way. I should get which one I should go to first when I'm in that spot. Dylan's Bangle, which gives experience. Yeah, we don't really need the... I wanted to equip something, not just unequip. There we go. Mind Refresh Ultra. That's not the worst. Neo. I don't think I can make that with a double jump. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. You're actually slightly tanky. I forget if there's anything over here. I think it might be like one item. Two items, okay. Frozen Spires. Water, okay. Water Mask is actually very nice. Oh, there is a chance we don't even need the Water Mask if we can find the other two Timespinner gears like fairly early. As well as the other security keys. I think we need at least B otherwise. We might be able to skip C, but I don't really know what the layouts for all the keys are yet. Got boss. And this is one of the required bosses to be for endgame, so... Oh, that was quick. Since I'm actually fighting a boss... I think this might be better because I can get like multiple hits in. Actually, let's go back to the Empire Orb, or Nether Orb. Oh, that does a lot more damage, yeah. Got him. Nice. speedrunning all the bosses. Oh, keycard B, okay. I was just talking about that being one of the required ones, too. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the nether orb, because I think more things are weak to that than they are to the sword. Except for this guy, obviously. Oh, elevator, okay, elevator keycard. That'll make things a lot faster in that section, too. Yeah, that we can't do anything with. Temple order. Come on. There we go. Trendy jackets? No. Yeah, our actual armor kind of sucks right now, which is kind of weird at this point. Yeah, just do this a vanilla way. Got a familiar, which Just because vanilla strats are kind of fun sometimes too. Also, Captain's uniform, that might be better. Not significantly. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Light wall. Either meh. At least we got that out of the way early. Anything better here? Unfortunately, no. Okay, here are the warp shards. I don't think I've ever actually used a warp shard, but we'll buy like 2. Because you never know. For some reason I was trying to wall jump there, and I don't know why. There literally is no such thing as a wall jump in this game. Ooh, that damage. Must have like a double weakness against him or something. Oh, I was probably hitting a weak spot in addition to his weakness. That's probably what was going on. Chaos Rose. Oh, why is that gotta be negative? The Eye Orb is one of like my favorite aesthetic orbs in this game. It's not like super powerful or anything, but it's definitely nice as far as or at least cool looking. That's not where I wanted to put that. That's also not where I wanted to put that. Game. Okay. Balls. Okay. Let's just do this relatively standard. Okay, I don't actually need to land there. That's good to know. Ah, balls. Dude, simmer down now. So that's the starting spell that you get. Which is actually a pretty decent starting spell in all honesty. that damage. Good lord. Apparently found some weakness of hers. Max Sand, Ether, Familiar. Okay. No valuable items, unfortunately. But we got 2 of the 3 required bosses down. We'll always take that. We should be done with this tower at this point. Okay, we just gotta go down this path and then we got everything. Oh god. Okay. Come on. I think it's just a save, right? Oh no, there's an item. Okay. Ooh, Celestial Sash. Okay, we got all of our movement now. We actually no longer need Light Wall then. Let's go back to Dark Flames. Yeah, gotta go this way. Attack. I always forget that attacking while jumping actually like stops your motion entirely. Yeah, we don't need to head this way anyway. I think the elevators are also in the past? Question mark? Actually, no, they wouldn't be. Well, I think at this point we're kind of closer to getting this one anyway, so... Yeah, at this point now we can go to the present and be able to access, like, most of the final area. We do still need 2 more of the Timespinner gears, though, which is kind of what sucks. What am I doing? I'm not going where I want to be going. I'm thinking too much. Yeah, I think there's might be a couple doors on here we can get now, because I think the only card we're missing is the C card. And V, technically. Let's go down there to save, why not? Dusk Ring. And nothing else really special. Already got everything up there. This is the V door. Okay, D, so we can't progress. Noom. I love how they have this little extra speed platform here. Come on. Come on, let me... Come on. Dude, let me... Fine. You live this time. It's kind of good to know that those guys drop high potions. That's actually kind of useful health replenishment. Max health and Aura Serpent. Yeah, no. Actually, we can go up here first. We can get the cutscene, which I don't think actually accomplishes anything. We're not supposed to be able to access that technically. I don't think we have the C. Yeah, we don't have the C card. But yeah, shenanigans. Old coat, no. Yeah, we don't have the C cards, so we actually can't progress through that way. Oh, I still couldn't get out of the room. Stupid C card. Hopefully we can go down this way at least. Okay, good. Shadow Seal. Huh. I forget what's down. Oh, right, this is the like the poison catacombs or whatever. I don't know how often there's actually something here, but it's been a while since we've gone through here, I think. iPod. Okay, one positive is that there's none of the big mushroom stalks here. You don't have to worry about slowing down or else getting poisoned. I mean, those guys can poison you, but they're a lot easier to defeat. And like that, you get poisoned. Fire orb, me. That's like the one of those little amoeba stock things you can damage without getting hit by the spikes afterward. Those all the other ones just kind of suck that way. Like, no. Yeah, I'm fine. I can take it. Look at me, Newman. Should be able to explore most of this area. That is probably not useful. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think if we find like the Eternal Gown or whatever it's called, that's gonna give us another like attack boost and much other stat boost stuff like that. I think we already have the best hat as far as, at least as far as like attack power goes. Okay, so you guys are the ones that have like the bajillion health, I think. So I actually want to swap to Colossal Blade for you guys. Well, that doesn't do as much as I was hoping it would. That was, I guess the recovery is nice. Yeah, the damage that those beams do though is just like, my god. There we go. Librarian robe? I don't think that's gonna be any better. Oh, it is a little bit better, okay. A little more attack for the cost of just one defense. Which for the most part is not gonna make or break us right now. Okay, I want to go back up there afterward. I can get at least one thing over this way, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's healing. Although, given the strength of the strength of our arsenal at this point, I don't think we're going to be worried too much about like survivability. I think we'll just like die too fast. Princess dress? Yes, that gives us a boost to everything, yes. Still not the best, but it's nice and close. Oh, we don't have the sea yet. So we can't get to there. I think there's one item down this path at least. Yeah, it should be that one. Which... You know, it's another big single hit damage deal, so I'm not going to argue too much against it. Also, I like how we can get to the other side of that sea door without even having the sea card. That kind of amuses me. We're still not going to be able to progress to the eastward area because we don't have the giant mob eaten yet. But we can get that resolved pretty quickly. Yeah, 'cause we basically have like literally every possible movement item at this point. So we want to go to... Wait. I think we want to go into the past, because that's where the maw was. So we'd have to go... I think this might be marginally better. We do have a fire orb now, so we can actually start opening up the little gate things. Let's put the one on for now. Okay, apparently the Star of Lochim takes up the first slot that you have, so we actually probably want to swap those then. Fire, and then that would be Nether. That way we're actually doing proper damage still. Yeah, 10 versus 60 is kind of a difference. Actually, this one doesn't take that off, because I'm probably not going to bring the other thing down for a while. There should still be items over this way. Yeah, there should be an item right here. Chaos Blades, meh. Meh. I ain't a fear to you. I think there should at least be a teleporter nearby. I think once you get that, then we'll turn back around and actually go toward the place we were trying to go to originally. Oh, you actually survived ahead. Good job. Look, I thought there was a... I guess not. So in that case, it might be faster just to go up this way. There'd be more of a straight shot. Also, just because. Nether. Yeah, that. For some reason I thought there were only two. I don't know why I thought that. I got how far that path extended outward from the entrance. Yeah, normally I would get the save there, but we really don't need that at this point. Okay, apparently one hit kills actually prevent them from dispersing spores, which is super nice. Wait, did I? Oh, there was a bridge on there, that's why. I thought it was somehow actually like running on water for a second. I'm like, when did this become a thing? But alas, the thing was never a thing. Ow. Oh, jewelry box, okay. Which we don't really need anymore, honestly. The only thing we would have needed that for is to swap back between the light wall and some kind of like attacking orb. Or, not orb, necklace. Okay, more familiars. So this one? Yeah, this one. I think it was one to the down left as well. Gilded egg. I think that's familiar experience. Yeah, right here. Back sand. There should be one here. Oh, no, that's just a save. Never mind. So I could have stopped at the section below and been fine. One of these days I'll remember that bit of information. But alas, today is not that day. Could be something here. Yeah. Sand. Ether. I don't know why I'm as tired as I am. It's only been one day of work. Got him. Okay, so now we have access to the quote-unquote endgame portion of the map. Actually, we haven't checked the underwater sections here. Should probably do that while we're in the area. So I'm not coming back to this location for any other reason anyway. So far, so no. Yeah. Just so we at least one more check in this area, so hopefully we can get something kind of cool. Like, keycard C would be kind of nice. We could actually access literally everywhere inside the castle. Slash tower, slash whatever you want to call it. Nope. Yeah, let's go ahead and see how much we can get in this back area. Just in the off chance we find like both of the our last gears over here. Trying to like super go mode this. Ow. No, fine. That's how you're gonna act about it. And you get the judgment. Bombardment? Nope. I cannot wait until we get a scene where the Shattered Orb is like a plus weapon. I am never unequipping that when I do. The damage though. Oh, you actually live. Oh, okay, he died when he fell on the thing. Interesting. I forgot enemies actually do that when they hit spikes. It's not just the good guys that are weak to them. We come back from that way anyway. Silence ring, meh. Not quite the section I want to do that with. I want to do that down here. Although that side is blocked. Ow. I don't know what the second item in that batch was, but I'm gonna guess we didn't need it. Bicycle ring, meh. Right. I think this is just the quote-unquote longer way to get back up here. No, this is a loot. Oh, that's important too. Okay, this is the section that's just the long way to get back up. Ooh, there we go. That's what we wanted. The Eternal Coat. Plus to all of our stats. I forget if we want to go in here first or not. I think we did want to go to the right, actually. Barely dodged that one. Yeah, it should be more to the right we can access. Also, we got the ads in a moment. Oh god, these things. Actually, is that gonna be any better than the hammer? Oh my god, that damage. Oh, okay, that might be a problem though. Apparently only the head of that actually does damage. Well, okay, so the blade itself is already enough for damage. And has a bigger hitbox for like where it actually deals damage, so we'll stick with that. Well, guess we're doing that. All for an antidote. Unfortunately, not very worth it in that path. Now I hit a save point soon anyway, and I can recover everything. By soon, I mean right now. What's up here? A pseudo boss fight, but not really. Spaghetti. Is that any better? I don't think it is. I think the Eternal Code is actually the better. Yeah, the Eternal is better. Yeah, that is purely story item. There's actually no like actual check we can get there, unfortunately. Ah, come on. There. then the Genza fight. Come on. Face the right. Damn it. Got him. Refill. Alright, so now let's just hope that the last gear is somewhere in here. I can never fully remember how this area is laid out either, because I just so rarely come up here. And the plasma is kind of more like a lightning attack, which is kind of weird, but also kind of makes sense at the same time. Umbra. I'm guessing it's not going to be much better than our nether orb at this point. Where's Umbra? Yeah, not really any better. Although part of that might just be because we've actually used this enough that we've probably leveled it up a few times. That's probably the only real difference. Sanguine ring, meh. Ah, damn. Why did I go to grab that? I knew it wasn't gonna be anything useful. So we do not want to enter there because that actually does trigger a game-ending boss fight. Yeah, that is a big no-no. Although maybe that's the Cantorin fight that the game keeps mentioning about in the randomizer settings. Ow. Okay, at least I don't do a lot of damage on contact. Ooh. That's not what I wanted to do, game. Crap. What was it I had equipped before? Wasn't anything that was like super useful apparently. We'll go with this, I guess. I don't know which one's technically better. We'll find out. But it does have kind of the benefit of being able to just break away any breakable objects at the same time, but... Oh, actually, that gives us bludgeoning and slashing at the same time, so we're like extra guaranteed to weakness. Well, I mean, not weakness, but like a lot of extra base damage. Yeah, we'll stick with this. Iron orb, okay. Okay, I think that's almost everything here, unless there's something like a bigger. Nope. Okay, so that's everything here, so we need to go back to exploring everywhere else. That last gear, which does kind of suck, but okay. So where are the number one? Okay, so we haven't gone through the like protected areas from the little vines yet, so maybe it's in one of these spots. We can get kind of lucky. An Inferno. It's not a bad spell overall, but yeah, at this point we already got kind of what we need. Pick me a potion. Nope. Nothing of value there. We haven't been in here apparently. And not helpful. I really wish if you only took 1 damage from an attack, you didn't get knocked back like 20 feet. That's like one of my... At least in... Okay, that's kind of one of my nitpicks about this game, is that you really don't get like any proper benefit from like a lot of defense. Pyro Ring, meh. Is that supposed to be a blank spot on that map? No, it isn't. Okay, just neither. Okay, so that's all the hidden areas there. We still don't have any more key cards, which is kind of interesting. Oh, we haven't done the little like ruined area here. Let's go do that. So I think all we need for that is the A card. Warp shard. Oh, that doesn't kill him. Well, that's especially unfortunate. Oh, that thing actually floats. I did not know that. I'm amazed I dodged that first one. We'll go ahead and get a refill on our health at least. This area is kind of dangerous still. Maybe not as much as I thought, since I only took like 1 damage from those. Royal Casserole? That's an item. No. Yeah. I love just how weak and almost useless the sprite's healing is. Isn't that spell she cast a moment ago, she healed me for like 15 HP, which I lost in the span of like 1 second from the poison. But not particularly helpful. Nope. I mean, we can get like quest stuff done in the town, but unfortunately those don't actually mean anything for progression. I kind of wish they did at some points. And there's not even an option for them, from what I recall seeing. Nothing in there. Oh, okay, there's our last key card. That helps. I don't think there's anywhere above here we can go. Yeah, so just the boss fight down here. Ooh, that is a big chunk of damage. Oh god. Oh god. I'm actually gonna use healing items. There we go. I guess I did need to use healing items, but... You know, you never know, so why not? Well, that wasn't helpful. Okay, we do at least have the C card, which should be able to get us access to a few more places. So that's gonna be... We got a few spots up here. Oh yeah, boss fight. Easy game. We lost 1 hit point. I am amused. So otherwise... We missed 1 spot down here, apparently. And that's... I don't think it's gonna be a save spot, because we already have one, like, nearby like this. Should probably double check that. Alright, not helpful. So, where else can we go? I guess we check back in the past again? Where else can we go in the past? We've already checked... Well, this stuff, I think. I don't think that... Actually, there might be one chest over in that little lake area. That might just be crazily enough for our progression. Okay, still don't have anything else useful. Can't turn anything for you. Can't turn anything for you guys. Okay. That is corruption, which is not what we want. Shiny rock. Yeah, neither of those are going to be it. What else is available that I haven't gotten yet? So this is just a little connection between these two spots. There's not going to be any items there. That's a separate boss fight that is not even something we can access in the randomizer, I don't think. Yeah, we only have 2 out of 3, right? Yeah, we only have 2 out of 3. Shouldn't be anything in these spots right here. Back to the present. Oh, we don't have the V card yet either. Yeah, we don't have the V cards. So we can't get in there. We've already been through everything in this region. Nothing there. We've been through everything in here. Well, what the hell? It's not going to be a quest item, I don't think. I've never seen those in the randomizer before, and I'm not even sure which one I'd even start with. Oh, that's what I want to do. Okay, journal. Enemies? Okay, so which one had the severed drumsticks? I know we saw at least one of those drop. Lock him engineer, okay. I mean, just on the off chance that it is actually one of the character quest lines we have to complete, I think that would be the first one we'd have to do. Actually, it might just show on quests. Okay, that one I need. I think that's like the herb or something like that. Okay, so you need the Shever legs. Wait, Shever legs? Okay, that changes things. Yeah, 4 herbs, Shever legs. And defeat plant bats. Okay, plant bats I can do. I forget where, like, the most concentrated section of them is. I know there's, like, 2 here we can take care of easily. And also 1 here. I actually kind of want to be surprised and have it turn out that the character quest can actually give us checks. Okay, 1 more cycle and I think we should be good. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now we need Shever legs and herbs. This is starting to be concerning. Okay, we don't know what drops either one of those then. Balls. Okay, so I think there's a thing here. Oh, there's stuff here we haven't gotten. Okay. That'd be why. I do like how you can basically just press the square button in the random and it shows you what areas still have checks to acquire. Because there really is no spoiler log that you get when you generate one of these seeds. Food synthesizer, that's another side quest item, but not one we actually need right now. No? Okay, that's not what we needed. Okay, so where else? Apparently there was stuff here we can get? Wait, what do you mean there's stuff here? Game? What's this red dot? The this looks like so. I am missing a lot of stuff apparently. I don't know how I'm missing it all. Okay, so we want to get the second teleporter from the left here. Oh, I know what we're missing over here. We didn't have the vertical movement forward at the time because we had like just started the game. Nope. Not helpful. Okay, There's still stuff over here, apparently. Go back to the tower. So there's one square on the left, and then a whole stuff in the column above here, which I don't know how we're missing anything in here. Maybe there was like a chest in the middle of everything I kind of missed. Not there. Not there. Not there. There it is. Okay, so that's not it. Oh, we finally get to know what the name of the enemies are. That's kind of fun, at least. Okay, so what am I missing? Oh, right, we have the C card now. There it is. There's our go mode. Okay. Shortest one is, yeah, just straight over this way. I guess the one maybe... No, this is faster. It's a straight line and there's really like nothing for us to avoid. So we need to go present. We need to go up to here. Yeah, I think this will be the closest spot. We'll go ahead and... Actually, we shouldn't have to refresh our save. We should be able to just go, like, right away. There we go. Yay, breaking time. Do we actually have access to this in the randomizer? I remember trying to check before, but we couldn't get in for whatever reason. Okay, so we can get in here. Oh wait, no, actually no. This was where everything was locked out. Okay, I don't know how you get access to that in vanilla, because I never found this area in vanilla. Oh, I didn't know you could do like a little slow fall there. Not so much for that dodge. No, we got enough health and defense. We can just like tank every single hit that comes our way. Did I get double hit there somehow? No, I didn't. That was me doing damage to them and then doing damage to me. Okay, I got it. Phase 1. Oh, that still damages me? Okay, and I think this final boss does give you a full, yeah, you get a full or health refill before this point. Ow. Ow. I love how my accidental movement that gets me out of the way of danger is always accidental. Ooh, that's some good damage. So we should be able to get this fight just before the ads start running, so they'll be starting soon. Got him. Alright, so I'm gonna BRB. I'll let the game play out its cutscene and stuff like that, so maybe spoilers for the ending. But yeah, I'll let this run out. I'll let the ads play. I'll do a BRB in the meantime. When we get back, we'll start up another seed, and this time we will do boss rando. We'll see how that goes, and we're definitely doing the scaling toward the appropriate area. Actually, okay, so I think we have to skip past this. Okay, all this is gonna be automatic, so you get your free ending here while I BRB. Oh, they're still... Okay. I didn't think I had to actually, like, or manually press anything for this section. But, oh well. Alright, so skip all these. So, no ending for you guys. I'm sorry. New game. Should have the same flag. No, I wish it would keep the same options with the flags. So we want downloadable items, quick see, specific. Lore checks. Salmon, no. Dead percent, no. Rising tides, no. Unchained keys, no. Up chest, no. Okay, so get those. So randomization on and random boss scaling on, so we don't have like the end game boss suddenly appearing as our first boss, because that would just be literally unbeatable. Everything else I think we can basically keep the same. I wish you could like increase the number of items that could be sold at shops as well, so you actually get a chance of something like useful being there. Yeah, always sell warp shards. A couple of shops did not sell warp shards. I'm very curious about that. But yeah, we should be good for pretty much everything else on that. So get a handful of news selected. And let's go ahead and go. Oh, we start off with a weak orb. That sucks. Yeah, it says it does 5 damage, but that's before the modifier. Yeah, we're doing 1 damage. Yeah, get used to this. Okay, at least that's a plus. Oh, I need to equip it first. Which actually makes me really concerned for our first boss fight then. Because all we're going to have that does any actual damage is the Aura Serpent. Although on the plus side, we can open these up immediately. If we were in the past, we could. Never mind. I can dream. Yeah. Until we can find like an actually good melee orb, we'll definitely take all the experience gain we can get. Okay, at least we're getting like double hits in because of the second flame. That does make things a little bit better. Not by a lot, but a little bit. You guys have like a bajillion HP too. Find refresh, meh. Come on, better orb. Nope. Yeah, and this is why I have the orb positive chance to be more balanced compared to the vanilla. Oh, welcome on in, Den. I always forget stuff. That's me in a nutshell.
Hey,
but yeah,
Aaron, your BRB text is still on screen.
Yep.
Also 2 months.
I actually forgot I had they had like the text to speech thing. But yeah, welcome on in, Demi, and thank you for the 2 heckin' months. You are the goodest bean. Thank you. But yeah, how you doing tonight? I assume you got to finish up your Paper Mario Kaizo hack then, because I saw you were playing a little bit of that earlier. I was kind of looking for a bit. Oh right, I don't have my movement anymore. I miss my movement. It was so pretty. Yeah, that does enough damage to be viable at least. Oh god. Unfortunately, my skills are not viable. Yeah, Kingarts. Yeah, I know that's been a kind of a hell of a hack for you to be playing through, just even seeing like part of it. Okay, we had this one before as well. Although it never really came in handy. What you got next on the schedule for the cool games? If you have anything even planned out yet. Hey, first try. Nice. Okay, so now we can do the teleporters. That's good. Oh god, that's not how I want to do that. Now I need to reset. And also, just how much trouble did Bowser actually give you for that final fight? That's kind of like my biggest like burning question. Yeah, I don't blame you on that one. And honestly, like any kind of like higher difficulty RPG mods, like 99% of the time are just purely unfair. And that's speaking from experience and like trying to find a lot of ways to kind of like get a new experience on things. Yeah, people aren't good with new experiences for old games. And that's even when they're not even trying to be like super hard either. Ooh, lab glasses. It's only one more point of attack, but you know what? We'll take it. In fact, we just literally doubled our damage with that one equipment pickup. So yeah, I am not knocking those glasses. I will not knock them. I will rock them. But I do also need to not get rocked. That'd also be an important part of the equation. Ooh, that was actually perfect. I kind of like the little ting sound when it hits the shield, too. Ow. Oh, that seems like a lot of healing, yeah, especially for a game like that. I need to heal. Ah, I didn't get it in time, damn. I'm getting my MP back. We're gonna be fighting a boss soon. I have no idea what boss is gonna be. Yeah, that sounds about right, but yeah, congratulations again. Oh god, what? I was joking about this. I did not mean this to be legit. Game, why? Well, at least I know how to avoid most of the attacks. Oh god. Okay, we got him. And we got an old code out of that for beating the quote-unquote final boss. Aren't randomizers funny? Okay, let's see how far we can go in here first. Ah, damn, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I can definitely understand that one. Like, I know, like, especially like a lot of my Steam library tour games, and even like the one I did this past Friday, Lenna's Inception. I actually had a lot of fun with that one. I just had a blast playing that on stream. But kind of like everything else I played afterward, I was just fine with not streaming that because I kind of wanted to take things at my own pace at that point. So I can definitely understand that kind of thought process. Is that gonna be better than Aura Serpent? Probably not. Yeah, we'll keep Aura Serpent. Balls. Okay, they don't have that many hit points at least. Oh god. Then again, neither do I. Oh god. Platforming. What even is it? Got him. Got him. Did not got him. Although I'm likely to lose health, I don't want to necessarily be losing that intentionally, so we're not going to be using that. So are you gonna be doing like another like Elden Run kind of, or Elden Ring kind of run or something like that, or some other Souls-like, or you got what else you got planned on your cool games radar? Oh, we got the tablet early again. That's kind of cool. I think there's one here. Yeah, one here. We got a High Aether. Sand bottle, mind refresh. None of this is good so far. I think there is still an item down here we can get. I would like for it to be a useful item, please. No, we'll take Dragoon Armor right now. That actually sounds nice and pleasant. I think that's an accessory? It doesn't increase anything. Well, I guess the damage would have been nice now I think about it. Wait, what's a Dream Whisk? Gives XP to equip familiar. Okay, I like how that costs like almost nothing. I might experiment with that later on. Okay, so first off, Dragoon Armor. What else can we sell? We can't really sell much else. We can sell the old coat. We have both of these equipped, so I don't want to sell those at least. Actually, we do not need sand bottles. Just end of statement. We'll get that, so we can also get ourselves some extra attack. Okay, cool, it's an accessory, so we don't even lose anything for it. Okay, that's good to know. So we don't have any key cards yet. All we have is a tablet. That was a super late jump, but it still worked. Oh, Gear 1. Just 2 more to go. Oh, we got a plus orb. Hell yeah. It's kind of an awkward orb, but no, it's a +1, so I'm taking it. Oh, we got a normal ship. Let's see how much the gun actually does. If it's not as impressive as I would like it to be, then we'll just go to the Shattered Ore. Or Orb. I don't think we can explore much further down here. I think we actually just need to go to the pass at this point. Oh, we started the same place even. That's kind of curious. Okay, that's even like when they're strong against this type too. It's also very hard to hit though. Yeah, let's try the Shattered Orb instead. Yeah, especially if we can get this orb to level up and do more damage that way too. It'll make itself even more better. Or actually, ideally, if we can get this with like the Scythe Ring as well, it'll just be amazing. Ah, come on. The problem is it does so little damage by base. Come on. There you go. I would love an Empress gown right now. I think it's a gown. I know it's Empress something. Yeah, like an Emperor's gown and then the Empire helm or crown. That'll give us like all the attack we could possibly need. Thankfully we're getting extra experience from all this too because of Sealand's Bangle. Oh, please open. Thank you. That kind of sucks. Yeah, the Icicle Orb is actually one of those where even if it's a plus weapon, I'd still probably not use it because it just kind of sucks that much. Really awkward to use. Alright, why are you not? There you go. Maybe you can trigger this by going, yeah. And I guess we don't really start any closer, but oh well. Oh, Eternal Coat. That's actually what we want too. Yes. Okay. So Eternal Coat is what it's called. And then the Empire Crown. You get the full offensive stat blocks. Then get in here. iPod D card and gas mask. We do have a fire orb, so let's go ahead and go this way first. Herb. Ah, damn it. Trying to be fancy, but I failed. Should be like one item over this way? Yeah. I'll take the health up. Yeah, Shadow Orb is so much better with just like the extra 2 points of damage. Just because of how many times it hits. Sunglasses. I think we already have lab glasses. Right? Yeah, we got lab glasses, which already gives us an attack buff. Okay, what boss is this gonna be? Okay, so this boss is not randomized because of the quest nature of it. I guess that's fair. And no movement, so we can't actually get up there yet, which is sad. Which actually means we can't do anything over here. Balls. I need to remember that when going down this path at some point. Got him. Oh, come on. Synthetic plume from an organic animal. Interesting. That's what GMOs get you. Come on. Oh, chest. Antidote. Actually, yeah, I think we already have the quest for these. Let's make the most of it, I guess. I can't get the item down there. Get him. Yeah. We got another, yeah, minus orb. Oh. Ow. Freaking smug bat. Yeah, warp shards aren't the worst. Kind of underwhelming at this point. So this is just going to connect down here, and we actually can't even get the 2 items up here anyway. So no point in actually staying there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we already have sunglasses. They suck anyway. So that would be another thing I'd like to see for this randomizer, is have like the weapon / armor stat randomizer as well. Kind of mix up as which one's actually like more useful than the others. Like, I like how I jumped straight upward, but I still fell, like, down after being on a platform. This game is funny sometimes. This is, in fact, a randomizer. Yeah, like, my main attack orbs, which is, like, the 2 things that are kind of floating around me right now, like, a little pile of debris. That's one of the types of orbs you can get in this game, which are used for usually, like, your melee attack, stuff like that. These ones give, like, multiple ticks of damage per throw, but their per tick damage is lower as a result. And we just got the Timespinner wheel, which lets us stop time, a la Prince of Persia. Which can be progression for movement in some areas, depending on how they have it set up. And I can actually show you that in a section up ahead. Why am I not? There we go. Yeah, so this one, so the requirements to beat a Timespinner randomizer are to beat, you need to beat 3 of the kind of initial area bosses. You also need to find all 3 of the Timespinner gears that are in the game. And then you can go to access the final boss in the area and then kind of progress to the end that way. So for the most part, it's... Actually, no, I can't... Hold on. Maybe I can actually... Okay, I can do this. Alright. But yeah, so that is kind of a form of progression you can do is by stopping time, then using enemies or their attacks as platforms to jump further upward. Unfortunately, that check didn't actually give us any progression, but... And yeah, there are various kinds of vertical movement options in this game. You have your standard double jump. You have an ability called Light Wall, which can be an offensive ability, but usually better off just using it as to actually just create platforms out of thin air. And use that to theoretically give you infinite height as long as you have the magic for it. And then they have the Celestial Sash, which, like the high jump in Bloodstained, you just press up and L1 and you just like fly up instantly into the air. And then you've also got a bunch of key cards that open up certain types of doorways as well. Give you your other sorts of progression. And one of the options I have for this is that there's basically like a bunch of computer terminals in the present that normally give you just like little lore dumps and exposition and stuff like that. You can also get checks from those as well with the options I have set up. Also, picking up like the little sheets of paper like that, which are normally memories of basically this character's mother. Those are also checks as well. Like this library card V, that gets us access to one specific room that has like 3 or 4 checks in it. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but in combination with the ability to use the tablets for items, it's actually quite useful. A pointy hat. Alas, I do not need a pointy hat. Ow. Ow. Nothing up there. I keep forgetting there's anything left. I think this is just a save. Oh no, there's stuff here. Okay. There's a crappy thing. Oh well. Then you got your section that's very heavily inspired by Castlevania. Because of course. Also, I think that was a portrait of a dog, in case you were curious and kind of glanced at it. There's also one of like a Birdman kind of character, and I think there's also one of a cat as well. And those are pictures that are basically quote-unquote paintings that were created for people who like kickstarted the game back in like what 2015 or so. I think when this game was on Kickstarter. Somewhere around there. I think the game itself released in like 2016. But yeah. Okay, I would like to get something useful, please. Something useful would be nice. Elfin something, I couldn't tell what it was. Oh, come on. Yeah, this section has been less than profitable so far. Oh yeah, there's the Birdman I was talking about. Oh, nice and little fancy kind of like robe and stuff like that. It's the coolest portrait in my opinion. Yeah, I believe those portraits are also randomized every time you enter as well, so you're always going to get something a little bit different. I want to say there's like 15 to 20 different images, something like that. Haven't actually really properly counted, but there's a decent amount of them. Okay, we got to get some kind of good progression at some point, because we have like we still have no movement of any kind. Well, I guess we had the V card, but... Legion Crown, is that better than what I currently have? No, it isn't. I mean, it's better defense, but... Okay, so still no movement. Which is highly disappointing. They're... I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else I could go other than the V room. I'm currently coming up with blanks. Yeah, we do have ads coming up momentarily as well. Let's just get to the teleporter for now. I can't go this way yet because I don't have any kind of movement. I don't have... No, I do have time stop. Would that help? I don't know if time stop helps in this section, but I want to give it a shot. I know there's an enemy there you can use as a platform, and you can get him theoretically positioned where you can jump up onto the ledge, but I don't know how well that would actually work in practice. But yeah, science time. Okay, that actually works perfectly. Good to know. And also, yeah, one of the things you can do for a progression for some checks here is actually to tear down these little pieces of ivy. And then they open up the pathway in the present as well. Yay, time travel. Get up there. Can I get movement or progression or something useful? Please. And I can't even get to that even. There's nothing for me to act off of. Game. How dare you say I didn't actually press up there. I'm going to continue to believe, despite all evidence to the contrary, that there is progression somewhere in this game. Oh, no, oh, boss. Okay. Who are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting the Maw. Okay. This might be slightly unfortunate. Ah, okay. Didn't take that much damage. Okay, that's a good chunk of damage, actually. I like that. We're doing that again. There we go. Okay, we got our health refill too, which is actually useful. Do one more fire. All right, now we should be good. Just keep the Shadow Orb back the entire time. Got some jerky. Loot. Okay, there's our movement. Okay, so. Okay, where can I most use? Actually, it's not really too many areas I can really make use of that at this point. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to the present. We'll get a few of the items from here that we just opened up. Yeah, so not really too much outside of this we can do, even with the movement we just got. Oh, there's gear number 2. We need one more gear and one more boss kill. Ooh, one hit kill, nice. I was hoping that would work, but apparently not. There we go. No, we already have the Eternal Coat. The only thing that we could get that would be better equipment-wise right now would be the Empire Crown. Actually, I don't know if I got the secret room in the past or not. Oh, we have a double jump now. Okay. So now we have some easier, more basic movement, which is nice. Librarian hat now. Okay. Yeah, the Celestial Sash is the fastest vertical movement. Succubus Hairpin is the more convenient vertical movement. Oh, something here too. There's the Empire Crown. Only one more point of attack, but we'll take it. Yeah, I think we might be able to do some stuff with the library at this point. Next, we do have... What's the other card? Do we have the D card as well? Actually, I probably want to use the teleporter instead. I know we did get another card, but I forget which one it was. This way. I think it was D. Yeah, D. Oh, the Eye Orb was crap. Yeah, the Eye Orb is kind of a fun look up. It basically functions like a massive shuriken that kind of like returns to you, and it's literally an eyeball with spikes. It's got that kind of visual flair that's just like amazing. Ooh, Umbra Orb Plus. Let's see how good that orb is. Where's Umbra? The Dark Projection Attack. Okay, so that's another one of the quote-unquote basic orbs, but yeah, given that's a plus, it should do a good chunk of damage. And now we can progress this way. We go into Noom. Ow. Here's a save. I don't have the elevator key yet, so kind of want to stick around here if I can. We can't access that. Also, one of my favorite things that you can actually kill these guys with their own grenades, like that. Just a fun little thing you can do. Yeah, but, well, in my opinion, the Metroidvania games are actually like the best ones for randomizer, because there's always like different ways you can access certain areas and with like random combinations and stuff like that. Randomizers for other games, like RPGs in particular, are really hard to get like nailed down properly, because when it comes to like RPGs, like everything is already so balanced so finely that you do a randomizer to that, it like ruins the balance either for you or against you, and it's usually against you. Speaking from lots of experience, just saying. When I remember trying to get like a few runs of the Final Fantasy Tactics randomizer on stream to work out, and like most of those I kept losing at the tutorial fight, which is not supposed to happen. Can't get in there. Another boss in here. Okay, just max sand. Which is not helpful. Yeah, because I know, like, for the Metroid Dread, for example, they come up with a randomizer for that, I think. Well, they started developing the actual randomizer, I think, within, like, 2 or 3 months of its release date, so... Yeah, Metroidvanias are, like, the best case, I can't think of the proper phrase at this point, but yeah, basically the best case circumstance or whatever for randomizers. So I could technically get down there. I don't think there's actually anything for me to get. Yeah, no. We can't head right because we don't have the B card. Okay, so what can we still do? We have vertical movement. What does that... I guess we can start doing stuff in... Yeah, stuff in this near the star we can get now. There's like a couple checks we can get with our good movement. I think that's kind of it for now. Actually, we could technically check inside like little ruin areas, the catacombs, whatever they're called, or at least one of them because we don't have the A card yet. Which is probably not as bad as I'm thinking it's going to be. Okay, so in the past, there's still going to be water there, so we actually have to go to... Wait. Yeah, because, no, the present would have everything drained. So yeah, we go into the present then. Aw, that was almost perfect. Did I get this item yet? I have not. Okay. not as useful anymore because we don't necessarily need the spells for actual damage at this point. Now we got some good orbs. Okay, yeah, we can't get in there because we need the A card for this. So never mind that. Is there anything else here we could still get? Or have we already gotten pretty much everything? I think we got pretty much everything here. I guess we'd go back to the past then? Oh no, because again, that section's gonna be under... Oh, what? The details always become fuzzy when I try to like plot out routes and stuff like that. Because I think this section might still have the water raised, so we might... Yeah, we're not gonna be able to access it. There should theoretically still be stuff we can do in the past, I think. Look at that damage. I think they only have like 25 hit points too. Okay, so we did get that in the past as well. Alright. Yeah, everything here is going to be underwater. Can't do anything with that. Yeah, you don't have the... Yeah, we don't have the breathing apparatus or whatever. This seed has me more stumped for routing than usual. No, there's actually something down here we can get now. Basically, 2 checks, one of which is a memory, the other is a proper chest. If I can actually get to the right area, that would probably help. Yeah, 'cause we can't go down here yet, so that's not going to be a thing. But we can go down here now. I'm going to assume we're going to find like a key card or two here. Key card. C card, okay. So, I just got to remember where exactly that lets us go. Let's go to the teleporter, because I know the general area that brings us to. Could be castle. Oh no, that'd be... Yeah, in the present. I think that gives us access to the east side of the Empire area. Actually, we might have access to one of these upper rooms here at this point too. Actually, no, I think we might need the elevator. No, I think this is a C card right here. And maybe down here too? No, that's a B card. Okay, so we have to go up this way then. Ow. But I got that secret room. There we go. Oh. Missed that. Got some sand. At the moment it's not ideal. I forget. Oh, it reminds you can actually grab that ledge there. You know, there's literally nowhere up to go from there. And no elevator key cards, we can't even open that. Dust spring, man. Oh, there's B. Okay, now we're making progress. Oh, there's a water mass too. Okay. Yeah, now we're starting to get everything. Now we have access to underwater areas. We can't progress through this side, unfortunately, but now that we do have the B card, we can go from underneath. So the question is, do we do that, or do we start doing underwater checks? I'm not sure which is the correct answer at this point. I just know it's going to take us a while to get back to where we can actually make that decision. Get our save. Oh, Star of Lockium, hell yeah. Shield, you can go away. Nope, not that. There we go. Yeah, because we're not gonna be able to progress rightward. Actually, no, there's a couple things we can do here. Pyro Ring. Familiar. Yeah, the familiars really don't do much in this game, which is kind of unfortunate. Even the sprite, which can heal you, doesn't heal you for enough to actually be, like, valuable. Okay, we do at least get the teleporter here. That's nice. Oh, we haven't technically beat any of the bosses for that yet. I don't know if it's linked to the actual locations rather than the boss fights themselves. Oh yeah, I think it's linked to the location, because we have already beaten the Maw, which is normally one of the bosses required for that. So yeah, I think it's boss location based. Yeah, I think at this point underwater is where we want to start going. Where's... I guess I just came from there. Yeah, let's head back to... We'll probably do the... I never know which way to do the past or the present first. We'll do the present just because there's not any, like, really side location we can access yet anyway. Actually, wait, no. No, the past doesn't have any underwater sections. Or the present doesn't have any underwater sections, only the past does. I do wish there was an item that let you move at your more normal speed when underwater as well. But unfortunately, that does not exist in this game. Especially when trying to just descend into the water, it's so slow normally. Nymph hairband? Oh, that's a new one. It's not much of an upgrade, but we really don't need the experience anymore, so we'll go with that. This one we can just go right in here. Okay, so not enough to one-shot, unfortunately. Chaos Stole? Oh, I didn't mean to actually equip that. Oh, that's actually better than what we just had. Okay, it's basically a slightly less version of the Azure Stole. We can, in fact, let me find a good vertical area, and I can show you how we jump good. There should be a vertical section not too far away from here. I can show you our skills. But before that, welcome on in, Lizarls. How you doing tonight? Okay, this section could work, but I have a much better section to show you how good we jump. Okay, then normally that orb kind of sucks, but the fact that it's a plus makes it not half bad. But yeah, so let's do this real quick. Lab code, which we don't need because we already have the Empress thing. Yeah, Liz, go take 10 naps. That is not an order, but just a strong recommendation from a cat. Who knows? Okay, and so, allow me to show you how good we jump. Whee! Oh, whee! We jump good. Aura Blast. Okay, nothing useful here, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm doing quite well. Aw. Yay, I've been called cute. I'm happy. Yeah, are you satisfied at my jump good skill? I do hope it pleases you. How good is... Oh, those take like 1-hit kills, nice. Yeah. Now we fall good. Also snail, because snail. And if you don't destroy him fast enough, yeah, he literally shoots out like a hook shot arm spike at you. Just because, you know, that's just how it is in this world. Freaking snipe. Okay, so this is normally where we fight the Maw, so we'll find out what boss we're actually fighting soon enough. Get that. Boss here is... We're fighting... Okay, the eye thing. We're not doing a lot of damage, unfortunately. Maybe I should check my actual... corruption, which is... This thing's already kind of a corrupted being, so it's probably not going to be that effective. There's also plasma, guys. That doesn't do a lot of damage. Actually, this does a lot of damage by base. Let's try this one. What the hell kind of spell is that? I am sad. Let's try plasma, guys. It's not a lot of damage, but I want to try it. Yeah, that kind of sucks too. Can we have a good spell, please? Aura Serpent should be reliably good. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, this is what kind of more the Beholder's red-headed stepchild. Or, like, red... I was gonna say red-eyed, but it's more of a green eye, so that doesn't really apply either. Red fleshed stepchild? I'm just making it sound worse and worse. Got him. Okay, so that section is considered officially beaten. And actually, since we do have the scuba gear, we can start doing the underwater checks here. Then we can forget this place ever existed. Oh, I didn't kill it. Interesting. And I think there's nothing on this side, but I want to make sure. Oh, there's something. Oh, we get the enemy names. We actually had 2 seasons in a row we got that item. That's actually kind of rare. Yeah, nothing over there, but there's a chest over here. Okay. Nothing particularly helpful. And there's still one more underwater check in this region that might have something. Yes, give Demi all the pets. For he is good bean and deserves it. Some aura. Okay, so from here... Yeah, I think there's stuff above here we can actually do now, too. So let's take care of that first. Already got those checked up there. Ow. Take that. Take that, plant bat. And harvest rat. Bloop. Filigree clasp, not actually helpful. Ooh, eternal crap. Oh, right, it's the Empire crown. Actually, we already have like the best equipment we could possibly get, so yeah, I can just kind of ignore equipment at this point. Yeah, is there anything here we still need to? Yeah, stuff over here we still need to get. Let's go take care of that. I think I still have the quest for these things technically, so. I probably should just go back to the Empire Tower or whatever since I got the new B card. But I want to make sure we get all these taken care of too. Silence ring, meh. I love how the silence ring, which in like any other game would be some kind of like status ailment related item, is just pure defense in this game. Because why not? Oh, there's a chest there. I don't know if I've actually consciously been aware of that before. Huh. I also love how this like long like serpent dragon thing is technically just an eel. A freshwater eel at that. Chaos Roses. Yeah, Chaos Roses cure a condition called Chaos, which slowly drains all the sand from your little bottle thing on the top left. Oh, okay, we got all 3 time gears, or Timespinner gears. Now I just need to get all the bosses. But at that point, I think especially means I just need to head back to the Empire Tower. Because technically, item checks are no longer required. Actually, yeah, we probably should just make beeline for the bosses at this point. And I think the Empire Tower has like 2 of the 3 bosses, or actually the last 2 bosses that we need, so... Yeah, we'll do this check just because we're here. And then we'll just start doing go mode for everything. This actually might be an early ending stream as a result. We're actually making kind of good progress despite how like slow everything was going originally. Although we might still need the A card now that I think about it. We might not be completely in go mode. Also, that's not where I wanted to actually go. No, I want to go in the past here, not the present. Yeah, because I didn't have any of the vertical movement the first time I came here. That's why we didn't get any of the bosses. Wow, that one's tanky. Come on. Right, this is the non-important area. And we do got the ads coming up momentarily, as a heads up for those in the need to know. At this point, if the checks are just like on the way, I'll do them. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way for anything else at this point. Not sure. Okay, this way does not lead to a boss, so we can forget that path. Is this a save? Oh, it's a shop. Combat helmet, interesting. Mother of Pearl, yeah, none of these are really helpful. We'll take berry pick-me-ups, just in case we need the healing. I forget if, like, both sides of these have a boss we need to fight. Oh, there's the A card, okay. So now we're guaranteed item go mode. Okay, here's one of the bosses. Okay, fighting this boss instead. This might be unfortunate, but I think we just saved, so we should be fine. Ow. Okay, got that one. Oh god. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, at least once the spell gets going, I can just let it go and it'll do its own thing. Okay, so let's head down. And I think we just head right from here to get to the Succubus and Incubus twins. I might be wrong on that. I need to find, or actually remember where specifically those spies are if I'm going to be doing boss randomizer. Okay, apparently not here. Spaghetti. Oh, Empire Orb. That's a good plus weapon. What's the damage comparison? Empire Orb, 80. Oh yeah, that's a lot more damage. We're going with that. Yeah, you just literally punch things. It's amazing. How much did I do to that thing? 120. Good Jeebus. I think I like this one. Okay, so we do still keep it even if we change screens. That's good to know. 120. My God. Oh, I think I know where the twins are now. I actually have to go back to a slightly earlier area. Still within this region. And the teleporter here would actually be slower, I think, than just basic movement. You just need to go down here. Down over this way. That's what you get. That's what you get for being an advisor. Here we got the cool Lunaeus. I think I might need to go the other way, actually. No, this is the right way. Yeah, I know this boss. Oh, that doesn't do a lot of damage. There we go. Alright. Now we just need to find our quickest way to a teleporter. Which... I don't know which one's actually faster, honestly. We'll just go down, because that seems simpler. So we head to the present around the same region. Then we just gotta go fight Genza, then we can go to the end game. Well, the Genza location fight I should probably clarify with the randomizer. And just body them because why not? There's technically an item down there, but I'm not worried about that right now. Ooh, Nether Orb. I think the Empire Fist is probably going to be the strongest thing we have at this point. We'll just stick with this. Whee! Splat. Game over. Ow. Let's get rid of the status. Ah, come on. Safety save. We should be fine. Okay, so now we're doing this fight. Yeah. Oh. What is this lag? Hello? Game? Are you good? There it goes, okay. That was kind of concerning. Wait, why is... They got these swapped around. They tried to troll me. You know, I'm gonna do another safety save just to make sure they're not gonna, like, pull a fast one on me. Make the wrong one the right one. Okay, we got the right one. Ooh, that damage. That's just not fair. And also the fact that you can just use your time stop ability on him as well is also just not fair. I don't know why the original developers allowed that. Can we access this area yet? I keep forgetting what we actually need to get proper access to this. I might have to just load up like a casual file at some point and kind of play through this, just to see what the area is like. Yeah, so whatever I need to get there, I don't have it. I don't know why it causes that little slow fall there if you fall on the edge of the screen. That still kind of confuses me. I think I'm actually lower level here than I usually am, but I don't think that's going to affect anything. At least I hope it doesn't. I'm going to try to avoid a couple more hits as a precaution. As much as I can. Ooh, dodge, nice. We should be fine. There'll be a save up ahead anyway. Just because we'll nab that first. Alright, let's see what the final boss is for this game. You know, that's actually kind of fitting. That's almost like style-wise the vanilla first boss. Or first final boss, whatever. And just annihilated. Oh, we get a boss rush. That's actually kind of cool. Golden Idol as Nightmare is apparently his name. Ah, I couldn't one-cycle him. Ah. There we go. I think that's game. Yeah, game. Also, I like how we still have the pyramid music here instead of whatever it normally plays here. That kind of amuses me. Alright, so yeah, that was our 2 seeds of the Timespinner Randomizer. Actually done in kind of almost record time for me. I think the last seed like barely took over an hour, which is kind of amazing. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get back to the starting. Go through all the ending cutscenes. I feel like there's more playing than there usually does, for whatever reason. Actually, I think probably because of the fact that I explored like so much of the map, I probably got like the true full ending. That's probably what happened. But yeah, I did the thing. Alright, so when I alt tab, it's going to just freeze everything in place, so we'll just freeze it right about here. Yeah, we'll do for that, and then we'll see who we can raid. Yeah, it's a little bit early, but there's really not much time for me to do anything else. So apparently, okay, so she was streaming earlier, but not anymore. I wouldn't have minded raiding her, but... so who is doing things? Like, you're streaming kind of late. Okay, let me take a look at my who I've rated recently. I got stuff on my desk I need to get moved so I can actually use my mouse. What a concept. Where is... I need to go to mod view. And then mod actions should already be sorted for raids. So yeah, because people who are currently streaming... Well, let's see where he's at before we make our official decision. Okay, so he's in the middle of a menu right now, so doesn't tell me much about where he is, but you know, we'll just go with that. So we're gonna raid a good old heckin' friend of ours, but a good old being by the name of Lance, the 7 Imberwolf. So let's go and give him a heckin' raid. If I can actually type in my chat box, that would help. Yeah, he's doing some, actually, well, I think I raided Ice relatively recently. Yeah, I rated Jesse more recently than I have Lance, at least, so that's what I'm trying to sort of go off of. I'm trying to get kind of like spread the love about as much as I can. Maybe next, I think probably next time we can, well, because I'm conflicted. But you know, okay, yeah, we'll stick with Lance for now. We'll probably raid Jesse next time. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna be playing in place of like Earthbound or anything like that, 'cause I know he finished that up recently. But yeah, whatever it is, it's gonna be a fun time. So yeah, with that, that'll be it for me for the night. I don't think there's anything super special going on this week, but next week I will be not streaming because I will be attending Summer Games Done Quick, and that'll be taking up pretty much my entirety of the next week. So yeah, no streams for next week, but we have a regular schedule for this week, and then once SGDQ ends, we'll be back to a regular stream schedule after that. So that's about the only real announcements I have. But yeah, with that, I will bid you all a good night. No, I'm not taking part, unfortunately. I'm just attending, so I'm just gonna be like watching stuff like that. You need to be like really top tier to be like generally kind of considered to be a runner for that. But yeah, I would love to. Don't get me wrong. I just don't see myself being of that skill level like ever. But yeah, raid's about to go. So I bid you all a good night and your cat beam.